In this week's parsha, we are told about two mitzvahs. The mitzvah of Bal Tosif, not to add on to any mitzvah, and the mitzvah of Bal Tigra, not to diminish from any mitzvah. For example, you can't have 5 parashas, tefillin, and similarly you couldn't have only 3. Chazal tell us that you shouldn't add on, because if you do add on, you'll come to detract. Is that so? If I'm adding on, I'm trying to add to the mitzvahs, I'm trying to enhance my observance, why would that mean that I would detract? Says the Dubna Magid a beautiful mashal. He says, imagine there was once a person who came to his next door neighbor in the shtetl and he asked him, can I please borrow some cutlery? I'll have some extra guests. Of course, he says, how much do you need? 5 spoons, 5 knives, 5 forks. He gives them over to him. The next day he comes back with 10 of everything. He says, I only lent you 5. He says, yeah, they had babies. He thinks, alright, maybe, it's still my sugar, but you know what, if they had babies, I'll take them. The next day he comes back, he says, I've got some other guests, they're just coming around for a drink. Can I please borrow 5 glasses? Of course, you can borrow 5 glasses, it might happen like yesterday. And lo and behold, the next day he returns with 10 glasses. I only lent you 5? Yeah, of course, you lent me 5, but they had babies. And this continued, and of course this became a very good business perspective for the lender. Until one day, his friend came to him and said, by the way, I've got some very important guests tonight. Could I please borrow your candlesticks? Then he turned around and said, of course you can borrow my candlesticks. They're worth a fortune, but yes, someone like you, of course you can borrow them. The next day, his neighbor comes and knocks on the door and said, I'm sorry to tell you, but unfortunately your candlesticks have died. He said, are you sugar? Candlesticks die? He said, well listen, if cutlery and cups can have babies, candlesticks can die. Says the Dubna Magid, the mashal is explaining this halacha that we have described. If we try to make the mitzvah have, so to speak, babies, we try to add on to the mitzvahs, we try to make the mitzvah on our level of understanding. In other words, we bring it down to our seichel, and we say, kafi our seichel, we think you should be able to add on this and this. Then when it doesn't suit our seichel, we will detract from the mitzvah. And we will say, just like a mitzvah can have babies, and can add on to it, a mitzvah can die, and we can detract from it. Therefore, say Chazal, don't add, because if you add, you'll come to subtract and detract.